Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at something really fascinating. The festival of Diipavalii, or Diwali. The festival of lights.
A huge celebration globally.
Exactly. But we're zeroing in on a specific take, how the spiritual group Ananda Marga and its founder P.R. Sarkar see it. They kind of transform it, right?
They really do. It shifts from this big external celebration into something deeply internal.
Okay, so maybe set the scene first. The traditional Diipavalii.
Sure. So traditionally it falls on the new moon day in the month of Kartik. That's usually late October, early November.
Right.
And the story most people know is actually about the day before. It involves Krishna's wife, Satyabhama.
Ah, yes. She defeated a king.
That's the one. King Narakasura, sort of demon king figure. And when she returned victorious to Dwaraka, the city was lit up with millions of lights to welcome her.
So a celebration of a very real outward victory. Lights, joy, all that.
Absolutely. It's rooted in that historical, almost military triumph.
Gotcha. So our mission today is to explore how Ananda Marga, under Sarkar, takes that idea, outer lights, outer victory, and flips it.
Flips it inward, yeah.
The idea is, I guess, that the real lights need to be switched on inside your head.
Precisely. It's about inner illumination. How did Ananda Marga make that pivot so completely? That's the interesting part.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, for Ananda Marga, Diipavalii is fundamentally about the inner light of the mind pushing back against the darkness of ignorance.
So the name itself points inward for that.
Right. The outer lights people put up, they see them as symbols, maybe even reminders, but they're only meaningful if they reflect a genuine inner state. It's less about decoration and more about spiritual reality.
That brings up the timing, though. You said new moon day. That's literally the darkest night of the month, isn't it?
It is, and that's deliberate, highly symbolic.
Why choose the darkest night for a festival of light? Seems counterintuitive.
Think about it philosophically. If darkness represents ignorance, inertia, what they call tamas, then the darkest night is when that principle is strongest.
So it's the moment of greatest need for light.
Exactly. It's the peak challenge. Sarkar didn't just want people to light lamps. He urged them to actively ignite the lamp of their minds.
Ignite the lamp of their mind.
Yeah. The core idea is that if you truly light that inner spiritual light, then the external darkness representing ignorance, negativity, inertia, it has to disappear. That's the real victory they're aiming for.
That sounds intense, much more demanding than just, celebrating a historical event.
Yeah.
How do followers manage that shift, detaching from the usual cultural fun?
Well, they don't completely detach from the physical world. They actually use it. There's this really interesting practical analogy Sarkar pointed out.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
He noted that traditionally lighting lots of lamps during the season had a very practical benefit.
What?
Like driving away insects. Apparently, these lamps help destroy infestations that would otherwise damage crops.
Huh.
Yeah.
Pest control. That's unexpected.
Right. But Sarkar explicitly linked this.
How so?
He basically said, just as you light physical lamps to protect your crops, your physical well-being, from pests, you must light the inner lamp of your mind to fight off the internal pests. Things like negative thoughts, ignorance, that tamas or inertia we mentioned, these things sabotage your spiritual growth.
Wow. So the outer act reinforces the inner one, protecting your fields, protecting your mind.
Exactly. It creates this holistic model. The external act of destroying pests validates the internal need to destroy mental negativity. It's not one or the other. It's integrated. Physical world, mental world, same battle at different levels.
Okay, so it's not just a passive holiday. It's active spiritual work, constant vigilance almost. How do they actually do this? The Ananda Marga book, Caryacarya, lays out practices, right? What are they?
Yes, Caryacarya is the guide. The practices are designed to build collective spiritual energy, not just individual effort.
Collective. Okay. Like what?
Well, first and foremost, there's collective meditation, Ishvara Pránidhána.
Which means?
It's often translated as surrender to the supreme or meditating with intense focus on the ultimate cosmic goal. It's very specific, not just general mindfulness.
Right. And there are other rituals mentioned too.
Oh, yeah. Collective celebrations, which involve Vashagyadana.
That's the offering of colors, sometimes called Guru Puja.
That's it. It's an act of offering the self, essentially, an act of devotion and surrender. And then, importantly, there's a procession involving the Tandava dance.
Tandava. Now that's interesting. Isn't that a really vigorous, powerful dance? Seems kind of opposite to quiet meditation and surrender.
It is vigorous, but in the Ananda Marga context, it's not just a dance, it's a spiritual discipline. It's a masculine dance form linked traditionally to Shiva.
Okay, so why include it here?
The intense, powerful movements are specifically meant to break inertia, to shatter that tamas, the mental and physical sluggishness that holds people back.
Ah, so you're physically acting out the fight against stagnation.
Precisely. You use the body's energy to express the desire for liberation, to break free from ignorance. It's the dynamic, outward-moving counterpart to the inward focus of Ishvara Pránidhána. One is surrender, the other is active shattering of obstacles.
That makes sense. It's a toolkit, really. Specific techniques for the philosophy. So you've got the mind engaged through meditation, the body through dance. What about the heart, the emotional
Now,
side?
that's where the music comes in. There's a specific song they use, Diipavalii sajayechi, prabhu. It's number 63 in their collection called Prabhat Sangeet.
Songs of the New Dawn, right?
Yeah. And this song, number 63, it really captures the emotional core, the yearning. The translation shows how it aims for total integration.
How so? I noticed reading the translation, it feels like the devotee is preparing different parts of themselves for the Lord's arrival.
Exactly. It's like a roadmap for welcoming the divine into your entire being. It starts with the heart, the emotional center.
The line is something like, "Come into my heart, striding majestically."
Daily in new clothing, striding majestically. Yeah, that's the devotional surge, but then it immediately moves to the mind.
Come into my mind with more song and dance casting your gentle laugh.
Right. And the mind, that's often the toughest part. Logic, reason. You have to bring the devotion there too.
Okay, heart, then mind. What's next?
Then it's the fancy, the imagination. Come into my fancy with a beat and new light beams, having roused enchanted fluttering.
Heart, mind, fancy. So the illumination has to fill every corner of your psyche.
That's the goal. Not just a feeling, not just an idea, but complete saturation. From deep emotion to creative vision. That's the kind of total integration Sarkar was pushing for.
This active, all-encompassing approach.
Oh.
It leads into something else you mentioned, a story Sarkar told about Mahavira, the Jain guru.
Yes. Here's where it gets really interesting. He shared this during a Diipavalii discourse. It was about Mahavira's nirvana.
His passing, his transition.
Right. Now, typically, you'd expect followers to mourn, right? Grief, sadness. But Sarkar completely reframed it. He said that the passing of a great spiritual figure isn't a time for weeping.
No. What then?
It should be met with light, massive illumination. And not just lights, but active propagation of dharma, righteousness, truth.
So the leader's transition becomes a catalyst for more light, more action.
Exactly. The light needs to shine brightest at that very moment. It reinforces this core theme. Illumination is an act of duty, especially during times of change, loss, or transition.
Whether it's overcoming your own ignorance, the death of the ego, or a teacher's passing.
The response is always more light, more truth, more active engagement. It drives home that for Ananda Marga, Diipavalii isn't just remembering a past victory. It's about how you actively respond with light to challenges now and in the future.
It really sounds like Sarkar's Diipavalii is less about the fireworks and more a call to arms, spiritually speaking.
Yeah.
Against inner darkness.
That's a good way to put it.
So let's try to summarize this deep dive for you, the listener. Ananda Marga takes Diipavalii, traditionally about external celebration of a past victory.
Vajrapama's victory.
Right, and transforms it into this intense collective spiritual practice focused entirely inward, lighting the lamp of your own mind to defeat ignorance.
And using specific demanding practices like Tanava dance and focus meditation, Ishvara Pránidhána, plus devotional music like that Prabhat Sangeet to make it happen.
It's about making the spiritual fight real, tangible, integrating outer actions with inner work.
Absolutely. So the question for you maybe is, what does this all mean? Think about that core idea, that real illumination, real victory isn't just given. It's something you have to actively pursue, especially when things seem darkest, metaphorically speaking.
During that darkest night.
Yeah. And also consider that integrated model of protection we talked about, fighting the outer pests, the things that harm your physical life, while simultaneously fighting the inner pests, the negative thoughts.
Seeing the physical and mental as one connected battlefield.
Does viewing it that way offer a more powerful, maybe more practical model for your own growth, spiritual or psychological? It's a perspective worth thinking about long after the Diipavalii lamps go out.